yeah, so back to the original topic. Yeah, so money is tight right now because my YouTube channel isn't doing well. YouTube, you know, and it's not entirely my fault. People, oh, it's because your videos suck. No, not really. YouTube changed their algorithm, like the way their system works, a couple of years ago. They made a change, and literally overnight my views dropped by like more than half. It was like from one day to the next. So it was like, what? And then they made another change a few months later, and I saw the same thing again. My views just plummeted. And then they made a change where you only get notified to a channel that you're subscribed to if you've clicked on one of their videos in the last few days or something. Which is, so that's why they say, like, unless you upload a video every single day, you're just going to get pushed out by other people that do, and you won't get notified of new videos, which is really important. Why, if you're watching this video and you like my videos, to click on the bell, make sure you get notifications turned on. And they say even with the bell, if you don't click on that person for a while, they'll stop notifying you. So anyways, yeah, so my channel's not doing well, and then the vast majority of my tour guests come from I meet them through my channel. So long story short, my income is a fraction of what it used to be. And it's like, it's the first time in a long time that I have to really think about money. Like, I'll give you a sad example, and I'm not doing this for like sympathy. I really didn't plan on giving this example, but like the other day I was with my son and we were at like a mall, and I said, what do you want to eat for lunch? And he's like, I don't know, whatever you want. And I'm like, I'm not even really that hungry. It's up to you, man. Anything you want. I'm not hungry. You're hungry. You pick. So he picks, and the place he picks is kind of expensive. And then I look at the price of the meal, and I, honest to God, had to like hold back a tear. Like I felt my eyes watering up at the price of a little boy's lunch, because that's how, like, I have to count pennies nowadays. So it's like, yeah, I'm selling my Ninja. I need to put that up online as soon as possible. I got to pay to safety it, and then I got to pay to insure it for another year, so that's a couple of $100 US, and then I'm just gonna sell it right away. So that's great. And then yeah. So it's, but you know, like from a psychological viewpoint, it's just interesting how for the first, it's I was like, you know, for the last few weeks I've been counting pennies, and it's been so long since I've done that, and I actually sat down like, what? Wow, when was the last time I was this broke? And I was like, wow, it was like, I wouldn't say 20 years ago, probably like 19, 18 years ago. When I first moved to Taiwan, there was long periods between jobs. Like the first place I worked at, I didn't like it, so I left. I quit there, and then I was looking for a new job. So there was like, and then I found a new job, and then there was some kind of problem with the paperwork, so they weren't able to give me a working visa, so I had to quit there. And then there was another month where I'm looking for a new, so there was like months going by without any income at all when I first moved here. Man, I had to do a visa run. A visa run is like your visa runs out, so you have to leave the country and come back in to get a new visa, like a new visiting visa. So I had to do a visa run to Hong Kong, and I had no money. I had to use like all my money just for the plane ticket. And then I get to Hong Kong, and then I find out that I didn't. They're like, oh, you want to get a visiting visa to Taiwan? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, we need to see your ticket proving that you're going to leave Taiwan in a few months to get a visiting visa. And I didn't plan on leaving. I was planning on finding a job and staying. So they wanted to see a plane ticket that I didn't have. So I had to take what was left of my money to buy this plane ticket that I wasn't going to use. I did refund it later, but I had to go and buy this plane ticket that I wasn't going to use. And then I had no money, and then I was in Hong Kong for like 2-3 days, and I had nothing. I couldn't eat. I couldn't even buy water when I was thirsty. I literally had a panic attack, and that's the first and maybe last time in my life that I've had a panic attack. I've maybe had a half of one, but it was a full-on, like, it was really interesting. It was like blacking out. I felt I had tunnel vision, and my vision kind of like pulled away from me, and I couldn't see And it was just pure fear, because I realized that I had to spend every penny I had on buying a plane ticket I didn't need, and I would have nothing left for food or anything. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know if you guys have ever experienced being that poor. So that's another reason why I love Taiwan so much, is because when I first got here, people don't realize I had huge struggles. I couldn't find a job that either worked for me or could give me a working visa, and then I had to keep doing that visa run I did to Hong Kong. That was my second or third one, and the first two I was super poor, and then the third one I actually had some money and I was happy about it. I'm like, oh, for the first time I'll actually be able to like enjoy Hong Kong. And then when I arrived, they said I needed this plane ticket, so I had to spend all my remaining money on the plane ticket, leaving me flat broke, and that's when I had the panic attack. So because of the struggles that I had when I first got here, when I finally did find a job that was good and they could give me a working visa, and then everything fell into place, then I bought a motorcycle, I was just so happy. I was so yeah, I was just so happy to get past all those struggles, and then I was able to enjoy, you know. I think if I had just arrived in Taiwan and the very first job was good and everything went smoothly, I might not have loved it as much, because it would have just been so easy, you know. You appreciate something more when you fight for it, and I had to fight for Taiwan. So I don't know if I even did the original topic. I might even change the name of this video, but yeah, you guys have had some beautiful scenery, and you got to learn a little bit more about what it was like when I first moved here. Yeah, I'm thinking about the name of the video. It's probably gonna be something like, yeah, moving to Taiwan, poverty struggles. I don't know. This fucking car. And the thing about this car in front of us is, earlier he had a slow motorcycle in front of him. I know what he did. He rode that motorcycle's ass and scared them and kind of forced them off to the side of the road to get out of his way. And now he's had me riding his ass the last, whatever, 10-20 minutes. And does he move out of my way? Nope. I'm obviously quicker than him, but he's got no intention of letting me by. Yeah. Anyways, so that's my video. Thank you all for watching. And if you're not a supporter of mine on Patreon, in topic with the video, and I don't always say this, please support me on Patreon. You can send me like $2 a month. I think I prefer $4, because I upload 4 videos per month to Patreon, and I'd like to get $1 each, and then that's $4 a month. And if I could just get like another, I've already got like, I don't know, 60 or 70 supporters on there. If I could double that amount, it would change my world. And I would work a lot harder on my videos. Right now I'm spending a lot of time looking into other ways of making money, because YouTube's not doing it. And it's sad, because I've been doing it full time for 6-7 years, so it's like, you know, like the recent like, some people say, oh yeah, you've been making money off of YouTube, so you can't complain. And it's like, yeah, but for the last 7 years I've been making money off of YouTube. I haven't been working a regular job. So now when I go to a regular job and they're like, oh, let's see your resume, let's see your work experience, I technically have none for the last 7 years. So it's kind of screwed me overall. Like, people, and that's happened with a lot of people. There's a few YouTubers that I've followed for over 10 years that have killed themselves, because they get huge and they make a lot of money, and then they invest all their time and effort into YouTube, and then when YouTube makes some changes, and then their channel becomes obsolete, and then they've spent their entire adult life doing YouTube, and they don't know what else to do now, and they don't have the experience. It's not an excuse. Obviously they could do something else, you know. You can always reinvent yourself. It's never too late to start again. There's people that were like 50 years old and dirt poor who started a company and became millionaires. It happens. So yeah, no excuses, but still. No excuses, but still, it's kind of an excuse. So yeah, and then the whole shooting recently, like, her channel was doing good, and then YouTube kept making changes that kept pushing her channel out, and then she didn't know why, and she writes them emails, they don't answer her. She, you know, You know, imagine if you have a job and you're working for an employer, like at a company, and he keeps paying you less. You keep doing the same amount of work and he keeps paying you less, and you keep asking him why and he keeps not answering you, and then he starts paying you, and then you start working harder and then he still keeps paying you less, and it's a frustrating situation. Yeah, so that's my video.